A mother of two was given a death sentence after the birth of her second child.
Doctors told her that she had stage 4 melanoma and her life expectancy could be counted in months.
We first introduced you to the former Bison cheerleader in January of 2015. Bison Nation was preparing for a championship game as Ashley Sikora was fighting for her life. Her prognosis was not good, but the support of family, friends, and even complete strangers helped change how her story would play out.
As Valley News Team's Lisa Bedeau reports, sometimes getting a second opinion can save your life.
What are you gonna do?
Cancer tried to steal Ashley Sikora's play dates.
The slide?
But this mom of two wasn't ready to let her children grow up without her.
My prayer to God was always, I can handle it. I know your will be done. I'm just so worried for my kids.
When Ashley was pregnant with now 2-year-old Beckett, she found out she had melanoma.
Here, Beckett, this would be good to throw. It's bark.
To protect the baby, no treatment was done until after he was born. But the cancer had spread.
And I did say, how much time do I have? And she said 12 to 18 months. And I remember, like, it's such a vision. Beckett was in his little red car seat, you know, looking up and just holding Dan's hand. And I just, like, I felt like screaming, punching, whatever I needed to do.
When chemotherapy didn't work, her doctor suggested she stop treatments and enjoy the time she had left.
The hardest moment, if you would make me choose, is, you know, when I was sitting there with my 2-week-old and being told that I had a year to live, you know, and knowing that I had a 2-year-old. I remember thinking, I'm not going to see him as old as she is.
Ashley came to terms with death. She started journals for her kids and husband.
For Harper, it was big things, like when she becomes a woman. I told her how to put on makeup and, you know, just things that you need a mom for. For Beckett, you know, I know I made a list of boy books. I'm an English teacher, so I want my kids to be readers. And for Dan, I mean, it was little things again, like, here's how much I spend on clothes. Like, don't give Beckett a cheap haircut. Like, don't just buzz his head. Go get a nice haircut for a little boy. And then, I want you to get married again, just make sure they're nice to our kids.
Not surprisingly, Ashley's story touched a lot of people, especially Bison Nation. Friends, family, and complete strangers rallied around the former Bison cheerleader. Support poured in and spurred a search for new avenues to fight the cancer. She found a clinical trial at MD Anderson in Texas. The immunotherapy drugs being used showed great promise.
There's pros and cons to clinical trials. The con being that sometimes it's sort of what you do as your last chance.
Ashley took the chance, hoping for a medical miracle, using her children's futures as inspiration.
I see myself walking them to the front door of kindergarten, and I imagine Harper, you know, being a cheerleader or a dancer, and I see Beckett getting ready for prom and I'm straightening out his bow tie. You know, just things like that that I think every mom wants to be a part of.
The combination of drugs used in the trial were so hard on her body that she couldn't finish all of the treatments. But it still worked. Now Ashley has a new focus, helping others beat cancer too.
To challenge a big hospital and say, no, I'm not ready to die.
Betty Picard believes her daughter has made a big impact, encouraging others to not give up.
If there's a will, there's a way, and I believe there's lots of ways. And no, her life wasn't over with. I mean, she had too much to live for her.
She's always been my peanut.
Ashley knows life won't slow down with these two, keeping her on her toes. But she says she's ready.
I don't know that it's made me a better person. Probably wiser is the best word to use. Are you dizzy?
That wisdom brings more sun protection for the whole family, but also more fun.
Do you think so?
The Sikora family is dedicated to making the most out of each day.
How far can you throw it?
Because kids grow up too fast, and you don't want to miss a thing. Lisa Bedeau, Valley News Live.
Ashley's doctor says she's cured, even though most oncologists don't like to use that word. Ashley says she's still a little more tired than usual, but otherwise is feeling good. She and her husband are both teachers and have both been offered teaching positions in Rugby, North Dakota in the fall.